Hey, you guys, what's up? So, I was thinking about this. I wanted to talk to you guys about how your whole relationship, at least I can tell you about mine, might have been a big joke, a big game of monkey in the middle. What do I mean by that? Well, let's get to that, okay? Let's get to that. Um, Let me take this off. Alright, sorry. So, when I was with my ex narcissist, right? They always usually eventually tell you about an ex of theirs, right? And of course, it's not going to be in a good light or whatever. And one of the exes that he told me about was he said, oh, he met this girl at a park that liked this dog when he had a dog or whatever. And they were together for like 2 months, and then he left her because he found out she was a prostitute. This is the story. Which, I mean, anybody would be like, oh, yeah, bet, man. Like, you left her because she was a prostitute? Okay. So, but no judgment. No judgment here. No judgment coming from me. Ironically, throughout our entire relationship, though, this chick would kind of pop up, right? The first time this crazy ex of his, right, popped up was via like a phone call at like 3 a.m. and he ignored it, and he was like, "Oh man, she's crazy. I don't talk to her anymore." And I'm like, "Why don't you just block it?" Remember, you guys, hindsight is 2020, and that insanely that wasn't just a red flag. That was a red flag on fire, right? Okay, so fast forward, we're married. I'm pregnant with our daughter, right? And I live directly across the street from a library. Like, you come out of my house, library, right? And so all of a sudden this lady's like screaming. Now, who is this lady screaming? Anyway, let's keep it going. I'm thinking it's just another crazy person in DC. No, it's not just another crazy individual in DC. He goes, that's the ex I'm talking about. Okay. And then she chases him around the block. What the fuck is that, right? Alright, so once we get in the house, he's like, man, like, can't believe I got away from that. But my question to him was, you moved from Baltimore where you said this girl lived. Even if she moved to DC, why is she across the street from where we live? Right? Okay. That obviously, in hindsight, meant you had to have been communicating with this female for her to randomly come to the library. I mean, for God's sake, she was a drug addicted prostitute. I doubt this bitch is reading books. Okay? Alright. Later in the game, let's fast forward even more to our divorce. Now, after I divorced him, of course, before I cut his toxic mother off, which of course I eventually had no choice but to really do that for my own sanity and health, she admitted to me, she said, oh no, they were engaged. Like, they used to fight in our house all the time. I'm like, in your house? I've never seen the inside of his mom's house. Not only have I never seen the inside of his mom's house, because he said that his mom was a weird schizophrenic, so no one was allowed in there, but she said they used to have fights in there and they were engaged. So, let's give y'all the real story then. So the real story after we were no longer together is you were engaged to this woman, knowing full well she was a prostitute. You ditched her while being engaged to her, and you guys stayed having sex with each other through a bunch of different relationships. Meaning, you guys stayed connected, and you only married me to make her, you got it, jealous. And to put the icing on the cake, you had a baby with me to make her what? Jealous. And she stayed sleeping with other men to make you what? Jealous. Which means the whole time you guys both really wanted each other. You guys never really actually separated from each other. You know what I'm saying? You get me now? So basically what you're doing is playing this sick, fucked up game of monkey in the middle. That will make me the monkey, even though I can't stand monkeys, but we're not going to go into that. I just don't like them. Which would have made you what? the monkey in the middle. Because you didn't know that really you're someone that's just caught in the crossfire of two sick as shit individuals that are more than likely both narcissists playing a game with each other and using new relationships that are fake with people that are unsuspecting in order to make each other jealous and one up the other one. That's what the fuck that was. He was engaged to her, married me to be like, ha ha, fuck you. And she's like, okay, I'll one up you. So now I'm sleeping with this guy, fuck you. And they both secretly fuck each other behind everyone's back with some sick, twisted fantasy in their head of how badly one's fucking the other one over. It's disgusting. Nobody wins, everybody loses. So let's fast forward some more. 2 months after he ditched me and the kids, right? That's when he went to sleep with her, which he was already doing apparently, but he like really started like kicking it with her. And then she intentionally gave him some herpes, right? What is that? You think she didn't know she had that shit and purposefully lured his ass in, which wasn't hard because he was a willing dog going to a big plate of rotting food, which was her, right? And so she gave him that shit on purpose. You know what that was? That's another, haha, one-ups you. Now you got that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now what is he doing? I don't know if he's still sleeping with her or not because I don't communicate with him. And I don't give a fuck. But what is he doing? Spreading it on purpose to every single woman he meets. And he's making it a point to meet as many of them as he can online so that he can get them too. And do to them what she did to him. Which is just another sick, twisted way of playing what? Monkey in the fucking middle. Right? She throws the ball over the new supply's head, who thinks that this person loves them. The narc doesn't love them. And then the narc catches that ball and goes, oh yeah, well I got something for you. Throws it back over another supply's head, back to that toxic, narcissistic bitch. And she goes, oh yeah, and you know how the game goes. And the one in the middle, the monkey in the middle, usually doesn't catch it. And by the time they do, it's game over. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. The narcissist will be in contact with what I call the headquarters supply. That's the supply that they can always go to them. That supply knows them in and out. That supply knows they're toxic, knows they're dirty as fuck, knows they're fucked up and diseased, knows they're a cheater, knows they're a drug addict, knows they're playing games with people. And they can always go back to that toxic headquarters supply. Because they're both the same person, just with different genitalia. Unless it's the same genitalia. Doesn't matter. You know, who gives a fuck how snakes have sex? Really. So, that's what that is. And the whole time, it's basically those two permanently playing this never-ending game of monkey in the middle. The only thing that changes about that game is the monkey. Right? So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that narcissists will totally use you and anybody else to make the person that they really like fucking and chilling with, that's just as gross and grimy and dirty as they are, they'll use you to make them jealous. And that person will do the same to some poor unsuspecting victim on their end. So just wanted to chime in for a little bit today and let you guys know, don't get caught up, man, in that treacherous, scandalous, savage game of monkey in the middle. See you guys and be safe.